Trading over 2.5 goals on Betfair is the subject of this video, and in particular we're going to look at the main strategy you should be using when you are trading over 2.5 goals. I got some real life demonstrations of it, and I'm also going to show you this strategy in direct comparison to other strategies that many are using, so you can actually see which is most profitable. This is going to be very, very interesting, so go grab yourself a nice cold beer or a full English breakfast and let's get into it. So this video should be a lot of fun, and I'm going to dive right into some pointers about trading over 2.5 goals before showing you a real life demonstration, and then perhaps more importantly also showing you a direct comparison of some different strategies for trading over 2.5 goals, maybe the same strategies you're using. And when we look at these comparisons, you're going to have a very good idea of which is the most profitable. But to quickly show you the idea behind trading over 2.5 goals is that we want to do a back to lay trade on it by backing over 2.5 goals, waiting for a goal, then laying after the goal as the price will then collapse. Okay, so you can see how the odds will steadily rise when there are no goals. Then when a goal goes in, it collapses and we can lock in a profit with the price difference. And basically we just want to make sure that we are backing at the very top of this. Okay, and the main way to ensure you do that is by doing this, and that is to drip your stake into the market. And there are some arguments from those who are usually pretty new to football trading who suggest that there is no point dripping your stake into the market. You should just put in your full 100% stake into the market. There's no point waiting for the price to rise. Apparently the probability is the same regardless of whether you go in at minute 1, minute 10, minute 20. Now that is true if you are having a bet on the market, but we're not having a bet. Sports Trading Life is the name of the channel. We are trading. Okay, now if we were betting on over 2.5 goals, now we would need 3 goals to win. All right, but we're trading, so when we're trading we actually only need 1 goal to win. And this is where many do get confused. They kind of stumble upon this channel and don't quite have an idea of exactly what we're trying to do. So to really help with the confusion, I am just going to dive into a real life demonstration of an ideal trade on the over 2.5 goals market, and then after that we're going to show you how the different results would have developed depending on the strategy used. So this is going to be very interesting. Let's get into that right now, but before we do, it would really help us out if you could hit the like button to support the channel. If you are interested in sports trading as a subject in general, is all the more reason why you should be clicking the like button, because YouTube doesn't generally like to promote trading videos, so you have to kind of let YouTube know that these are the videos that you want to see. Click the like button, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, and then you should definitely get more of these videos in future. Okay, let's dive in and check out an ideal trade on the over 2.5 goals market. So this here is Newcastle United against Manchester City from the English Premier League. This is the over and under 2.5 goals market. Over 2.5 goals starting price 1.46. Okay, this match is just about to kick off, and that, if you know the football markets, you'll know that is a very short price on over 2.5 goals. So the markets are expecting goals, and so is almost everyone. We're expecting goals in this one. Newcastle not the greatest defense. Man City do like to score the odd goal or two. So if we were just getting involved right now as traders, we would back over 2.5 goals at 1.46, and that only gives us 46 ticks profit potential. But by waiting a little bit, waiting for the price to rise and then getting involved in the market, we can increase our profit potential and the amount of ticks that we can win. So around 10 minutes in, we're going to start to drip our stake into the market, and by then this price should have risen and it should be higher, and then we've got more ticks that we can potentially win. That's the idea anyway. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the starting price so you got an idea of where we are when I come back to you around 10 minutes into the match. So we just hit the 10-minute mark in this one, Newcastle against Man City. It is 0-0. It has been a action-packed start, as you would expect, and the price on over 2.5 goals has steadily risen. Hasn't risen as much as you might want due to the kind of action-packed start. That's very common in football trading. But anyway, we're going to start to drip this stake into the market. Okay, so we're going to use a £100 stake. I'm going to split it up into 3 parts. and back over 2.5 goals. Okay, so we're going to get involved with that first stake at first part of our stake at 1.57, and then we're going to come back in around 5 minutes. Odds should have gone up higher. We'll put in the next one, and around 5 minutes after that we'll put in the final part. Okay, and we'll just take advantage of that rise in the odds to just increase our profit potential. Okay, so yeah, here we are, 11 minutes. We'll be back in around 5 minutes. So we just crossed the 15th minute, actually in the 17th minute, but it's time to put the next stake into the market. We're going to put it in there at 1.67. You can see the odds are steadily rising and moving in our direction, just giving us more ticks that we can potentially win. So in around 5 minutes, once it gets over 20 minutes, we'll put in the rest of the stake, and then obviously we're just looking for a goal. I mean, if a goal goes in the meantime, it's still great, but we want to try and get fully matched before we get that goal in the most ideal scenario. So we're about 20 minutes in, time to get the rest of our stake into the market, and looks like we could get that in at around 1.79. Let's just put that in as an order, and now we're pretty much just looking for a goal. Okay, we dripped it in over starting around the 10-minute mark, should be there at 1.79, and now we're just looking for a goal from from either team. Doesn't really matter, but you can see the increase in the price. Okay, it was around 1.47, now it's up to 1.79 as we're trying to get matched right there. Okay, so we've got 100% of our stake in the market, tripped it in over the 10-minute mark, and we've taken average odds of 1.68. Okay, so we've given ourselves a definite increase with the oh, okay, is that a goal? Okay, great. Well, that's great. So the goal has gone in as soon as we got our 100% of our stake matched. Brilliant, brilliant. These videos don't normally go to plan like this. So okay, that is perfect. So we can see where the odds are going to move into. We're going to move into around 1.28 to lay or something similar. But what we're going to do is we are going to just pause, because we're going to wait for these odds to settle. Then we're going to assess the cash out. Okay, but yeah, great timing on the goal right there. And I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so we're back. 26 minutes. It is Newcastle 1, Man City 0, and the odds have now settled. So it is time to press the cash out. That's just what we're going to do in this video. Not going to do anything too fancy. Don't want to overwhelm or confuse you. And just pretty much show you how the trade worked out. Okay, so the odds have moved into 1.29. Let me just bring this chart up. So just to show you that, I mean, that's pretty much how we trade the over 2.5 goals. We got in, started dripping that money into the market around the 10-minute mark. As the odds rose, we took advantage of that rise in price to get matched at average odds of 1.66 when the starting price was 1.46, and we've managed to lock in a £30 of profit. So you can kind of see the advantage getting involved, dripping your stake into the market during the first half, as opposed to getting involved at the starting price, because that would have been a smaller profit. But anyway, there's just a quick real life example for you right there. It's Newcastle 1, Man City 0. So there is a good example of trading over 2.5 goals, but we're not done yet, because the big question you should be asking if you're watching this video, and especially if you are new to football trading, and you should be asking questions always, is dripping really the best approach? Is dripping our stake into the market really the best approach? What about if we just put our full stake into the market and didn't mess around with any of this dripping it into the market business? I get this question a lot. And so what we're going to do is we're actually going to investigate that, and I'm going to use the football trading simulator to literally show you the comparison. Okay, so we're going to dive into that right now. But don't forget as well, if you do want to see all the best football trading strategies that are currently working in the markets, then do check out the free strategy class. It's not available on YouTube. Some would say it's too good to be on YouTube, so we're not putting it on here. But it is available if you click the link in the description of this video, and you get a sneak peek at all the very best football trading strategies, including how to trade over 2.5 goals, also including how to trade under 2.5 goals, match odds, and so on and so on. Okay, some really, really good real life demonstrations in there, and it's absolutely free for the moment. So click the link in the description, go and check that out, and I will see you over there. But let's dive now into the football trading simulator and let's get a real direct comparison of that same over 2.5 goals trade that we did, but we're going to try some different approaches. Let's take a look. So what we've done here is we have recreated the same match and the same market inside the football trading simulator. And what we're going to test is to see what our profit would be in the same match if we went in straight at kickoff with 100% of our stake. Okay, no dripping in of the stake. So then we can get a good comparison and see which approach is the better or more profitable one. So anyway, we remember Newcastle scored their goal on the 24th minute. So I enter a goal here for Newcastle on the 24th minute, as you can see there. Now, if we just put the match clock forward to 26 minutes, we can see that that will adjust the market. Newcastle have got the goal. All the markets adjust, including the goal markets. Okay, so let's go back, wind the clock back to minute 0, and instead of dripping our stake in, we're going to go in with 100% of our stake, £100 at 1.45, and it's just going to go in from kickoff. Okay, and you can see that that is entering the market, as you can see, and that should now be in. Okay, so now we move the clock forward, and just to kind of show you how the simulator works, it's going to move with the match and with the market, and you can see after 15 minutes, because the price is moving against us, we're looking at minus £13. If we look here at 20 minutes, we're looking at a minus £19 situation there. But we know the goal is scored on the 24th minute, and in the video clip you saw, I cashed out on the 26th minute. So let's see in the 26th minute what the cash out would be just backing from kickoff, 100% of our stake. And you can see the cash out that would have been available to us would have been £9. Okay, just scrolling down, we can check the prices. You can see it's a little bit of a tiny discrepancy compared to the market. So maybe you could argue that would be a 10, 11, maybe even a £12 profit going in from kickoff, but it's still nowhere near the £30 of profit that you saw that we did lock in by dripping our stake into the market. So that is fair enough, but let's have a look and see what would have happened if we put 100% of our stake in the market at the 10th minute. What about that? Okay, so what we can do with the football trading simulator, we can actually just remove this bet. You just click that box, if I can click it myself, and it will remove the bet from the market. Now we can try a different bet and see what that would have done for us. So let's go wind that clock back to the 10th minute of this match between Newcastle and Man City, and it was 0-0. And let's back over 2.5 goals at this price. Okay, 1.57 at the 10th minute, and we're going in with 100% of our stake. So there's no dripping our stake into the market, we're just going straight into the market. And this is what a lot of people do kind of like to argue about, back and forth rather. So anyway, that is in the market. Now let's move the clock forward to the 26th minute when we cashed out, and let's see what that does for us. And now you can see it is a better profit than if we went in at kickoff, as you would expect. £18 locked in profit, but it's still not the £30 that we locked in by dripping it into the market. Okay, and so hopefully this demonstration has showed you the clear advantages that you have as a football trader to drip your stake into the market rather than putting it in 100% of the time. If you are having a bet, it's a whole different approach, but as a football trader you can see the clear advantages, and you can also see from this demonstration, especially using the simulator, why we like to wait at least 10 minutes in, or just wait for that price to rise before we start to get involved in the match. You're definitely buying yourself some time. So you've kind of seen it there. Okay, if we went in at minute 0, it was like a £9 profit. 100% at minute 10, it was an £18 profit, but dripping it in from minute 10 was a £30 profit from the markets. So you can definitely see the advantages of dripping your stake into the market on the goal markets. And I do hope that really puts the debate to bed when it comes to trading over 2.5 goals. By the way, if you are interested in getting hold of that football trading simulator software, it's not currently available for full release, but if you are interested in it, submit your email address to be notified. The link to that is in the description of the video as well. There's a lot of stuff that software can do, and it can be very useful. And you saw a good example of exactly that. You can test out different strategies and kind of go back and see which strategy might have been a better approach. So you can retrade football matches that you've already traded and kind of improve your football trade in that way. So like I said, the link to that is in the description, so you can be notified as soon as that is available. Okay. But anyway, I hope this video has been useful. If it has been useful in any way, or you've learned something new, or you've got any tips about trading the over 2.5 goals market that you want to share, if it's a market you like, tell us in the comments. It's always good to hear what you guys think. Do you like to trade the over 2.5 goals market? Is that the approach you use? Are you someone who doesn't use drip staking? Do you just go in with your full 100% of your stake into the market? And how does that work for you? Maybe you're profitable doing it that way. It's always interesting to hear how other people approach the football market. So anyway, leave me a comment. We try and reply to as many comments as possible, especially when the video is still pretty new. Okay. But anyway, if you've been enjoying watching this video and you want to keep watching, if you haven't quite finished your nice cold beer yet, then there are 2 more videos on the screen. Check out the one on the left. If that doesn't quite catch your eye, then the one on the right is an absolute must watch. So click on one of those videos and I will see you in the next video.